Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? Trader Main is back. The cat is still streaming. Who is the cat? The Jim Talbot? Come on now. You know where you need to be watching. This is the place you need to be. Where else are you getting all-time high calls on Harry Potter, Sonic 10 Inu? You're not getting that from the cat. You're getting that from Trader Main. So, I'm happy to be back. As you guys know, I'm home for most of the month of August. Happy to be kind of back. Get kind of more regular with the streams again. I was out of town a lot in July, so I wasn't as consistent as I'd like to be. But yeah, we're back, man. Shitcoin Summer, another episode. I figured no hat today. This is the bald edition. Why not show off my bald head? Because someone has to restore the reputation of bald people in crypto. Because their reputation has never been more damaged than it is right now. Scammers everywhere, man. And some of them have no hair. So I'm going to try and kind of rehabilitate the reputation of my bald brethren within the crypto community. So I'm going to change it up a little bit today. What we've done is I posted a tweet where we said, shill your bags, basically. Because what happens generally is just the chat is just inundated with tickers. It's too many. So if you want to get your bag shilled and potentially charted in one of these streams, I'm going to send out a tweet every night before the stream, ideally. And then what will happen is I will pick ones from those comments. That way the chat can be more questions that I can look at and answer in conversations, as opposed to just people spamming tickers like crazy. So 150 people or so watching live here. Should get to around 200 or so. Make sure you're liking, retweeting, telling your friends to join. Tell them that we're going live. Tell them that we're going to be charting some shit coins. Let's get those likes going here, guys. 26 likes. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. Come on. But yeah, man, I'm happy to be home. It's beautiful up here in Canada right now in summer. Just took my dog to the dog park. Tired him out. Now he's sleeping on the floor right below me. And I can do some work now. So awesome. What's up, guys? What's up, Lucky? What's up, RT? Jeffer? What's up, bro? Slumdog. Big Bear Bulks. What's up, G? Kaggy 44. Octo Puspy. I Chase Coins. What up? Lando Cuckrizian. That's kind of an oxymoron, right? Because Lando was swaggy. Lando had Riz, but you're calling him Cuckrizian. I don't know if I get it. Razy, what's up? Wakushni, what's up, man? All right. Yeah, so I'm doing this stream much earlier than I normally do. It's 1:20 Pacific Standard Time, so hopefully this is just a more tenable time for people all over the world, because I know not all most of my followers are on the East Coast or in Asia or in wherever, in Europe, etc. So it's nice to try and get a stream for a more tenable time for y'all. Cool. So let's get into it, guys. So as normal, I'm going to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum, the original shitcoins. I'll quickly cover the U.S. stock market, which is the, economic shitcoin, the global shitcoin. I'll talk about the U.S. dollar briefly, which is the U.S. dollar shitcoin. And then I will be going through the tweet that I sent out last night. There was a ton of charts suggested. We've got proof of Pepe about 100 times. We've got Coco. We've got Jesus tokens. We've got Harry Potter, Obama Sonic 10 Inu. Yet again, the community is just wiling on this one. Proof of Pepe is getting a lot of love. So we'll definitely check that one out. We're also going to obviously take a look at Bald, if I can get it on TradingView. Okay. So yeah, cool. Let's get into it. Okay, so guys, all these shit coins that I'm charting, okay, I want you to be trading them on SmartX. Okay, that's the sponsors of these new streams. So if you guys want to support me, I'm not asking you guys for money. I'm not charging you anything for all these streams I do. I have almost 600 YouTube videos on my channel at this point, dating back to early 2018, late 2017. That's a lot. All of those are free. Tons of people tell me all the time how much they learn in these streams and how it's helped their trading. I've shared my entire trading strategy on YouTube over the last 4 to 5 years. The entire thing is there. And the way that I pay for the editor who does all my funny memes, does the stream highlights, the clips, and all the stuff that people like, buy him equipment, buy myself better mics, better cameras. That's what I use sponsorships for. And the sponsors of this newest stream is SmartX. So they've been supporting me putting this stream on, and I really appreciate it. And the best way for you to support me directly is to use their products. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking you for money, but try the products out. It's a great DEX. Bottom line, all the shit coining you want to do, you can do it here. Not to mention the innovative technology behind the scenes with turning what is potentially impermanent loss on Uniswap into an impermanent gain. As I've mentioned in previous videos, the token is now deflationary. So you can see the token is trading just over a penny now. Just made a new all-time high recently. So token's now deflationary. Every transaction, the token is getting burned. And really right now, it's cheap to stake to stake LP tokens. So as I mentioned in the last video, they're now multi-chain. Okay, so Ethereum, Polygon, Arbitrum, BSC, right? BNB Smart Chain, all available. So you can be doing your shitcoining across 4 different chains. Okay. And you can do your staking, right? And your farming across these chains as well. So if you go onto their website, it's super intuitive, easy to use, very slick. They also just finished a huge audit with Paladin. So security is dialed. You can see the various APRs here available on the various pools or farms, across the various chains here. So you can see here on Ethereum, this is currently what is being offered. You can see the TVL, the total APR, and then obviously if you want to stake, it's very easy to do so. Go down to Polygon, you can see the same thing. APR, total volume locked. Arbitrum as well. And obviously BNB. So right now, the goal for the company is to, increase the TVL across these various farms in the form of staking. So if you're doing your shit coining already and you're trading in DeFi and you're saying, hey, man, how do I trade Harry Potter, Obama Sonic 10 Inu? Man, that's a mouthful. It's like trying to say 2S LGBTQI+. It's just as difficult. This is some of, if not the best APRs in DeFi. The platform is slick, and they're supporting your boy Trader Main. What else do you need? So if you're trying to trade some of these tokens that we chart in these various videos, this is where you should be doing it, and that's the most direct way to support me. Like I said, I'm not asking you guys for money, but if you want to support me, you like the content I'm putting out, the best way to support your boy, maybe help me afford that hair transplant that I so desperately need, is to use SmartX. Trade on the platform, all right? Get in there, start farming, start staking, start swapping, and let me know how it goes. Okay. let's get into it. So let's talk about the original Trudeau needs to go. Bro, you have no idea. I just heard that Trudeau's wife is leaving him. They're getting a divorce. And it's crazy that which has nothing to do with me, makes me happy because I can't stand that guy. So let's talk about the original shitcoin, the OG shitcoin of shitcoins, which is Bitcoin. Okay, so last video, I was super clear about my plan here, and then I had a markets with mainstream where I also, kind of laid out my plan for Bitcoin, and it hasn't really changed, right? Because I've been looking at this on the relatively high time frame, and my thoughts are the same. I would like to see us push up above this high, but right now we're struggling. So I was hoping that we would get some sort of pullback into this breaker, and that would give us the juice for the next leg up. Okay? That was kind of the game plan here. Little bit of a pullback into this breaker, then the push up. Because I do think 32 is going to get tagged still. Overall, I'm of the mindset that this probably trades lower. So I covered this in depth in my, why do I have closed captions turned off? I don't know. I didn't mean to. If you want to tell me how to change that, more than happy to change it, but I don't think that that's something I knowingly did. Language captions, Spanish. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to turn that on, bro. I'm going to chart pop, guys. Don't worry. You can stop spamming it. It got spammed under the tweet. I will chart it. Don't worry. Okay. So I did this on the markets with mainstream 2 days ago, but I'll reiterate it here, right? If you take June's high right here, okay? Oops, that's not June's high. This is June's high. And then you go down to June's low, and we turn this into a range. This gives us a very nice little tidy area of price action to work in, because what it looks like here is that we're having a failure at the high. Okay, we're getting lower highs and lower lows here on the 12-hour chart. We're rejecting from order blocks, right? Rejecting a breaker. So when I'm trying to determine my bias, right, I do it a variety of ways. I use market structure. I use things like ranges. All that stuff comes into play. But the easiest way to determine my bias is I look and are we making higher highs and higher lows? Or lower highs and lower lows, and are bearish price action levels of interest. So bearish order blocks, bearish breakers, are they being respected? Because if I'm seeing price make lower lows and lower highs and bearish order blocks are getting respected, that tells me that the bias is to the downside. It's very simple. And until that changes, right, I assume price will continue with that trend. You're going to hear the trend is your friend. You hear all that kind of shit all the time, right? So looking at June's range, right, we've failed above June's high. We're trading back within it. We now have a high. Here's your low. That got broken. So now we have a lower low. Lower high. Low is broken. Lower low. Lower high. Low is broken. So we're making lower highs and lower lows. And while we're doing that, bearish order block, right? Price is respecting bearish POIs. Okay. This guy says, which level was the MSB on the low time frame on Sol USDT? What the fuck kind of question is that, Eamon? I'm not looking at Sol. I don't know what time frame you're talking about. What a crazy question. Hold on, let me stop everything I'm doing and pull up Sol on the low time frame and answer you. My Lord. So to me, how I'm looking at this, when we fail the range high like this, to me, the mid-range becomes the next clear target. And if we fail to hold here, so let's say we come down here and then we break and we're holding below, the next target I'm interested in is June's low. Okay, so as much as I would like to see price trade above 32K over here, right? It might not. Now, we could do this, right? Or we could leave 32K untouched and we can just trade down from here. But ultimately, I'm not fully convinced yet that we don't trade towards June's low, based on the fact that we're in a downtrend, based on the fact that we have this weekly failure here, weekly failure to go higher. Okay. But the bull's argument is simple. This must hold. Okay. And better yet, so this is a weekly breaker. So you have your weekly breaker, which lines up with your mid-range. I would refine that down to this fair value gap right here. This is the area that must hold for the bulls. Whether we go up first and then down here, or whether we come down here right now, this is the area, in my opinion, that is super duper fucking key. Because if we lose this mid-range and we fail to hold this kind of fair value gap, this area of support, right? This is just an area of support. Then I believe we trade down to June's low and probably lower. So if you're a bull on Bitcoin, if we come down here, what do you want to look for? Right? I want to look for this. So the same thing, right? The same thing that happened over here. Remember this area of support we had? This was the weekly breaker over here. This is exactly what you want to see if you're a bull. Okay? We came into the level, traded into it, immediate bullish reaction, break in market structure the other direction, and then the trend. Right? So we want to see tag the level, big move up, right? Bang. Like that's the kind of PA we want to see. I don't really want to see us diddling around at this level. I want it to be quick. I want to know that the bulls are going to support this area, just like here. I want it to be quick. Come into the area, get out of there quickly. On the lower time frame, right? You want to see that bifractal, that I like to trade. So this type of pattern, which to be honest is this, but you'll be looking for this on the H4, right? The H1. Because on the 12-hour, it could just have 2 candle closes here and then go. But this gave you, look, this pattern, there's your high, there's your low, this is your sweep, this is your retest right here. So this pattern is this, right? So that's what I want to see is a bull on crypto. I want to see this 27,500 to 28K area cap the downside if we're going to go and make new highs. Now, do we go to 32 from here? Or do we tag this area and then go to 32? I don't know. But the bullish outcome is a move above here. And then obviously above that 32K high from over there. That's the bullish outcome. So is it this? Or is it this? That's what the bulls want to see. Now, if we go up from here and we run 32K and then we get back inside this range, immediately I'm ultra bearish targeting June's low. Because to me, that will be just a liquidity grab. And then I'm thinking we go back to June's low. So that's my super basic high time frame analysis on Bitcoin. This needs to hold if you're a bull. Because if we lose 27.5 to 28K, I'm pretty confident that we trade down to June's low, which is here. Okay. Now, what's interesting here, right, is you have this range failure here on Bitcoin. Right? Failure. We're back inside this range. What did the dollar just do? The exact opposite. So that's something to be concerned of as well, right? We basically failed to move out of this range, right? From here to here. So you could draw the range like this if you want, right? Here's our trading range. We're failing to get out of the high while the dollar is reclaiming the range low. Okay, so that's something to consider as well. But my Bitcoin plan, super simple. I'm actually in a long right now. So I posted a long in my Telegram. Stop entry target. Okay, free Telegram, completely free. Stop entry target. And it's in profit right now. But I've been on a heater. I sent out, right? So this is the long I took. Posted this on Telegram yesterday. I'm on a heater though, because I took this long as well. Longed here, posted this in Telegram, discussed this one on stream. We discussed my SPX short on stream. My markets with main video, we were trading at 4,600. I said I'm short. This is on screen. You could see the trade. Said we got to get back below Monday's high. We did. Nuke to target. So I've been cooking. I crushed that EU short last week. We smacked the shit out of this thing. Okay, so I've been on a heater. So the long I took yesterday was a little bit of a heat check, right? Because I'm not 100% confident in it, but I took it anyways. So from a high time frame perspective, Bitcoin plan is very basic, right? Want to see it hold here. Ideally, I'd like to see it run 32K. How that happens, how we get there, that is yet to be seen. But the bulls want to see 27,500 to 28K, okay, to cap. Oh, my dog just farted. Gross, bro. Gross. Oh, gross. Okay. Yes. So that's the general plan for Bitcoin. From a day trade perspective, it's very simple. I'm looking at this. I'm saying, okay, we have a daily SFP here, right? So that justifies this long, but then we immediately came up into here, right? The first area of resistance and rejected. Ew, dude, what the fuck, man? Fuck you. Ugh. Oh my God. It keeps going. Fuck you. Oh, what a piece of shit. Oh my God, dude. Sorry, I'm getting fucking gassed. Getting fucking gassed right now. This is fucking chemical warfare, okay? But then it rejected this daily order block immediately and traded back down. So the basis for the long is very simple, right? We have our daily SFP here, right? Right there. We traded up. We're now retesting. So the entire premise for this long is, okay, I'll take that SFP candle. There's your entry, okay? And your stop goes here. Simple as that. Because if this is going to trade back up to 30K or above here, I don't know how high, but if it's going to go up, right? If it's going to go up, it should not violate this daily low. It should not violate this low. Like if this is going to trade higher, this is the run on the range low, and it needs to trade up from here. Maybe it trades up above this high and then down. Maybe it trades up above this high, right? And then down. Or maybe it just fucking rolls over from here, right? At the end of the day, just because I have a trade setup, right, it doesn't mean that it's going to work. Like it can tick all my boxes. Okay, I have the SFP, I have the entry, I have the stop, I have all the things I need to enter the trade, and it shouldn't go below here. Because if it goes below there, guess what? I'm wrong. I'm stopped out, and that's going to happen. So just because you have a trade idea, it doesn't mean that the trade idea is going to work, right? It doesn't mean that the trade idea is going to work. It can definitely not work. But based on how well I've been trading over the last 4 or 5 trades that I've nailed, I'm willing to take a punt on a not A+ setup and see what happens, right? So stop, entry, target, wall provided there. We're in this trade right now. That's the logic behind it. But overall, I'm still thinking that we trade lower down to here. I would like to see, ideally, one more push down and then it move to 32. And then I don't fucking know. Then maybe we fucking nuke, or then maybe we consolidate up here. I don't fucking know. But my ideal scenario is something like this. This is my ideal scenario. Close the long, get swing long down here. This is the reason I'm saying this is not A+ setup, because we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. We ran a low, but we're not at a high time frame level of interest. Whereas if we have another push here, okay, now I've got a mid-range and I've got a fair value gap and we're within that weekly breaker. This is an A+ setup. This is where I do full risk and things like that. Okay? This guy says bald mane, neck, dog fart. Inu, 10. You did it again. Bro, I'm kicking you out if you fart one more time. Oh my God. He's literally gassing me. I'm Jewish. This is what my ancestors went through. This is not okay. And he's a German breed. Oh my God. It's all making sense. Oh my God. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. I'm being fucking gassed out. Okay. All right. So, guys, please stop sending your tickers into the chat. Okay. Instead, like the video. Do that instead. Okay. I'm going to review Pop. About 10,000 people have asked. I'm going to look at it. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Saw your thumbnail and legit thought I opened the wrong tab. What kind of tab do you think you fucking opened, bro? Okay, Ultra. I like your name. That's funny. What's up, Papadinsky? Seriously, this Pop proof of Pepe chain looks insane. It also uses Pepe as gas, apparently. Okay, you're telling me. I've never heard of it, so... small neck mane. What do you, Alice? How dare you? Also small now, is it? It's all about the angles, bro. It's all about the angles. Maybe my head's just small and my neck's normal. We ever thought of that? We waited the whole day so we can see you commenting the Pop chart. I will look at it, guys. What's up, K-Linge? I could go for some Canada temps right now. It's freaking 100 every day in Texas. That sounds hot, bro. What's up, Zogs? How you doing, bro? What's up, Recoils from South Africa? RT, this is the best time. That's good to know. Exactly, and more views for you. I don't know what you're referring to. I need to update the SDEX logo. You hear that, SDEX team? Send me a new logo. Okay. Maine, why do you have closed caption turned off? Again, I don't know. Maine, are you the best man for your bro's wedding? I was the best man for my bro's wedding in January. I have a lot of brothers. I'm not the best man for this one. I'm not even in the wedding party. What the fuck is that about? Marisol says, I'm the best. Thank you. Okay. Man, you still use OTE 70.5%. Not like really. Like I know I can eyeball the OTE, right? Like look at this. This is a perfect example. I don't need to use the fib to tell me that this is the OTE, right? I just know it is. I've looked at charts for fucking going on 10 years, right? Like I didn't need to do this fib pull to know that this is the OTE. The fib tool is just a measuring tool to help you. But once you know what you're doing, you don't need it. I can see it, right? I know that if this is my swing, I want to be focused below the 50%. And I know that this order block that I'm entering off of is going to line up directly with the OTE. Like I didn't need this. I don't need this to tell me that. You know what I mean? It's just too busy now. I used to draw it on all my charts. At Justin is bald as well. Can you show him out? What's up, Justin? My fellow bald brother. Ayman Abdul again. What was the market structure break on Sol or Bitcoin on the low time frame? What time frame is low? Because the daily time frame is low relative to the monthly. Are you talking about the 5 minute? Like what time frame are you talking about, bro? Bro, if you fart again, you're going up for adoption. For MSB, do you need to close above the high or is the wick enough? No, you need to close because a wick, right, is an SFP. Potato is bald as well. Do you ever look at liquidation levels? Never. Justin Chambers got the Chrome Dome out today in honor of you. That's my boy, a fellow Baldini. I noticed your current BTC long that you didn't wait for a low time frame MSB. Are there scenarios? What are you talking about? What is this? Is this the SFP? Is this the down move? Is this not a market structure break right here? Is this not a market structure break here? Is this not a market structure break? Is this not a market structure break? What are you talking about? Bro, your hairline is absolutely insane. What the fuck? So I have this weird type of balding where it's not your traditional male pattern baldness, like where it's like you bald at the crown and then you get the widow's peak, right? Like my hair, you can see it's very thin, right? It's very thin, but my hairline hasn't fucking moved ever. Like my hairline, pristine, but it's thin. The entire top of my head is thin. So when I shave it, it looks decent, right? Because it's short. But when it gets long, like there's not a lot of hair here and you just see my scalp. I thought about a hair transplant, but like I just don't know if I care. I've been shaving my head for so long, I'm kind of just over it. Okay, first time for me live. Crypto Tom Gillett. What's up, bro? Mikey V says, hey man, do you ever think it's a concern to share your stop loss to the public? No, because all of you are poor and I'm not worried about any of you moving the market and coming to hunt me. No, I don't think it matters. We are plebs in the grand scheme of the market. I don't really think me posting on a stop and an entry matters at all. When you can see liquidation levels, exchanges can see what you're doing. There's on-chain trading going on. Like no one cares about my Bitcoin signal that I'm posting, at least in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Conra says, hello, mate. Please tell me what I can do with my life. Haha, greetings. I would say, fuck bitches, get money. Acquire that bread. Come into contact with some currency. Okay. Okay, amen. I answered your question. Glad to hear. What exchange do you trade Forex and stocks? I use Prime XBT for Forex and stocks if I'm trying to use crypto. Otherwise, I use kind of more traditional brokers. So I have a Thinkorswim account if I'm trading options and things like that. Oanda is probably the main broker I use. I use another one called MyFX Choice for Forex stuff. But you can do it all on Prime if you're trying to trade it with crypto. Man, you rock a bald dome better than 99% of people. I mean, listen, dude, I'm 33. I got a girlfriend who I'm going to marry. And he did it again. Bro, you're killing me, bro. Oh my God, it's so bad, dude. But he's sleeping peacefully. I would feel bad making him move, but it's so bad. Okay. This guy says I work for BlackRock. Don't hunt my stops, bro. Yeah, I just don't care anymore. Like if I was 22 and my hair was like this, maybe I would do it, but I'm beyond caring. I'm like, okay, I'll get a bunch of cool tattoos. I'll get in good shape. And if anyone is really that concerned about my hair, like that's not someone whose opinion I care about at all. I'm not trying to impress anyone, right? Like if a girl is just with you because you got good hair, right? You got to have a little more to offer, which I do. Okay. I got a lot to offer. I don't got hair, but I got fucking muscles. Okay. I got a little bit of dough. I'm funny. Okay. I'm romantic as shit. Okay. I got a great family. My neck is thick. So you can imagine what some of the lower extremities might look like. That's right. Fucking tuna can. Not very long, but it will fuck up the sides. Anyways, this is getting crazy. You can go through my streams and you can tell which streams I've taken my ADHD medication before and which streams I haven't taken my ADHD medication. Guess what today is? Okay. All right, we're getting way off topic here. So let's quickly review Ethereum. So Ethereum, beautiful fucking trade played out on Ethereum here with regard to my H12, H1 system. Okay. So we had our high time frame SFP. Okay. Then we had a H12 bearish breaker. Here's our range. Within the bearish order block, what do you have? Bearish SFP right there. Okay. Within the H12 zone in a bearish range. Go down to the hourly. What do you see? I see breaker. Perfect retest within the breaker with an SFP. Tagged it. Bang. Easily 3R here. Just eyeballing it. Let's say you entered right at the breaker. Stop above the H12 SFP high. Target 3R. No problemo. Target the range low. No problemo. So very clean system. Very clean setup here. I've had an incredible rap career as Logic. That's my doppelganger. I play as Logic. Dude, he keeps farting. You gotta go. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, come here. Come here. Oh my god, dude. The residual is fucking so bad. He's so cute. It's hard to be mad at him, but he's literally gonna send me to meet my fucking ancestors. Mr. Cryptopia says, the Owl's Den. I just want to make it clear that Pop is definitely not a scam or a rug. We see you, Popcorn Chad. Jesus Christ. You've got a pretty good dome for a bald head. Thank you, sir. Okay. Let's just go into the shitcoins because I don't think you guys actually care about these other charts. So let's look at Pop because you guys won't shut the fuck up about it. Let's look. So I have no idea what this coin does. Okay, so everything I am prefacing this on is purely the chart. Okay? Anything I tell you in these videos is not financial advice. And even further than that, I am telling you that I have done absolutely no research on any of these tokens beforehand. Okay? So if one of these rugs, if it's a scam, it's not my fucking problem. It's not my fucking fault. Okay? I have nothing to do with these tokens. I'm simply charting them because you want me to chart them. Okay? So if this shit rugs, that's on you. I'm just going to fucking chart it. You need to be the one doing your research because you're the one investing your own money. All right? One of these rugs, all I'm going to say is 4. Okay. Let's see here. So here's the good news. It's been around for 2 months and it's not at zero yet. So there's a plus. Let's see. So I would start on the 12-hour because the monthly, there's nothing here. The weekly, there's basically nothing. And this really long wick is hard to deal with on the super high time frames. The 12-hour to me is very clear. Okay. So we have this down leg here, this down leg in price, right? Then the last move up. So what I would do is I would take this entire down leg that we're in right now, okay? And I would assume that if this thing is bullish, and then you got a little intermediary OB in here, and then you've got resistance right here within this OB, right? So we have a very tight, like a toiga, very tight little range here. So the easy trade on something like this, right? The easy trade in my opinion, I'm going to actually take that. I'm going to take that there. Yeah, the easy trade, in my opinion, on something like this, I'm going to get rid of this so it's less noisy, is just marking out this level here. Now, I know the wick is super long, so what I would do is I would use the candle open and close. So I'd take this, and I'd take this. So see how we've come up here? We took out this old low. We're trading up here, but we're seeing some signs of rejection. And we're finding support within an old area, right, that led us up, right? This order block here. So if this thing is going to go up, the safe play is to wait for it to trade in this area and then a breakout. This is where I would personally be looking to get long on something like this, okay? I wouldn't long it right here. And it might fucking just go straight up from here, right? Who fucking knows? But just from a purely technical perspective, we're right into resistance. So now we have a low, a high, potential, and then what looks like potentially a higher low here. This higher low is not confirmed until we make a higher high above here. Well, what is confluent with that higher high level is just this order block that is capping price. So what I would look for is I'd look for price to get in here and then above this level. Above this level, then I would be bullish on this thing trading up into here and then potentially trading into a new high. Right? So the percentages, I imagine, are pretty fucking monstrous on a coin like this, right? Like up into there's 30%. A new high, it's over 100%. Now, if you long it now, right, and then it goes to here, well, that's like a 60% move. I want more percent main, but the problem is you're longing, at least into my opinion, resistance, because if you were to long this right now, where is that trade idea invalidated? Based on the 12-hour. For me, right here. So that's a pretty wide stop that you would have to just enter here. So from a purely technical perspective, I would want to see it trade above this zone for me to get interested in longing. So that's what I'll draw on here, because God knows if it happens, I need to collect that sweet, sweet clout at a later date. I charted Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu, fucking Pepe, all this shit that went nuts, and I didn't buy any of it myself because I'm a friggin' redact. But yeah, I want to see us trade above here, right? That's when I'd be interested in getting in long on pop. Okay, so all you people who have been spamming this chart in the fucking chat for God knows how long, that's the level I'm waiting on. Okay, above here. Now, if you want to get into a more aggressive trade, you could argue that this is a H4 breaker right here. Right, so we traded below all these old lows here, traded below these old lows. And if we get an H4 close above here, then you could look to buy the retest. And that could be the move up if you want. Okay. But personally, I would use the H12. That's just me, though. And I'd wait for it to get above there. Okay. I'm just informing my girlfriend that I had to make the dog leave the room. Ugh. Okay. 2 consecutive candles closing in that range for a long. Didn't we gain and hold the last level that took us down? Probably. You sound like you learned how to trade from Trader Sumo. I don't trade how he trades as much as he might think I do. I've never taken any of his fucking shit, and I don't understand it, and I don't really care. But yeah, I don't talk about gaining levels, losing levels. Like, this is price action, how I trade it from what I've learned over the years from Tom Dante, ICT, SZ, people like that. Okay, so we've got pop here. All right, now let's look at what else was one of the most common ones. I'm not looking at ticker Bitcoin, guys. We've done that one plenty. Okay, Espresso is a new one. Is it like this? How do I spell it? ESPR. Muleskinner. Who's Muleskinner? I've never heard of that before. But yeah, I've never heard of him. Sorry. Espresso. Here we go. Okay. Let's take a look. Okay. Okay. Don't hate it. I don't hate it. We might have something to work with here. We might be cooking with un petit peu de gasoline. Juste un peu de gasoline. Ba ba ba. Okay. Ba da da. Bra 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 bra. No. Okay. So H12 order block, down candle before the up move, right? Pulled all the way back, ran an H12 low. We also ran this low, right? So this is a huge SFP that's just been put in here, right? Big SFP things. Go down to the hourly. We have the SFP candle and the breaker right here. Bang. We have the MSB. Technically too. Okay, so, I mean, again, I don't know what this fucking coin does. Okay? But if I'm looking at this coin, and this is any coin, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm just looking at the chart. Ignore what the coin is. This is literally a long I would be willing to take. Right? Stop there. Target. Right? Bang. Okay. And I would target at least here, but I would say fuck it. Go for gold. I would probably take that. Am I going to? Unlikely. But I probably would. It ticks the boxes, right? We have the H12 POI. We have the H12 SFP. Right? We have the H1 trigger. H1 SFP. H1 MSB. We have a 3-to-1 reward to risk. So the RR is there. So tick, 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 tick. You could punt it. You could absolutely punt it. Now, if Bitcoin shits the bed, this probably shits the bed as well. But just like I was explaining on the Bitcoin long that I took, the idea, right? The reason I like using the SFPs is because it's a simple invalidation. Price should not get below here if it's going to go higher. if it gets below here, maybe it gets below here and then goes higher. That's completely possible, right? But the premise is, based on the price action after we've made this low, it should not go below here before going higher. And if it does, I'm wrong. It's that simple. That's why I like using the SFP as my form of invalidation. So there you go. Espresso. Yeah, we've got pop and we've got espresso. Done. Will you ever just enter on an SFP? Do you always wait for a retest of the order block? It depends. And I know that's not the answer you want to hear, but it depends, because an SFP on one time frame is a retest of an order block on a lower time frame. It's all fractal, right? Like a daily SFP is a 1 hour breaker, right? So it depends, but you need to have rules and consistency and things like that. But yeah. What if your dog had to take a Duke early? I took him out to the park for an hour. I was throwing the frisbee for him. We played like crazy. He was exhausted. He's passed the fuck out. He took a huge shit. He's taking 3 shits today. It's 2 o'clock. 3. And he was straight up gas chambering me right now. Is there a minimum RR ratio you take? You take whatever the market throws at you. I don't like to. So noticed on that checklist of things I had, RR is one of them. If I see a setup that ticks all of these boxes, but the logical target is a 1R, I'm not going to take it, right? I like to get at least a minimum of 2 to 1 reward to risk. So if I'm risking $1,000, I want my upside to be at least 2,000. Because with that risk reward, ignoring cost of trading, you only got to be right about 33% of the time to break even. Okay? That's not insane, right? So if I told you, here's a good analogy. If I told you that every time you flip a coin, I'm going to give you $1, right? If you're right, or you lose $1 if you're wrong. The statistics would tell you that you're probably going to need a 50-50 distribution of being right and being wrong, right? To break even. Because if you flip heads and you call heads and it's a heads, you win $1, right? You do it again, it's heads, you win $1. But then the next 8 are tails, you lose money, right? And so that's a 1-to-1 RR. If you're right, I give you $1. If you're wrong, you lose it. But if I say, flip that same coin 10 times, if you're right, you get $2. If you're wrong, you only lose $1. Well, you only need to flip it right 33% of the time to break even. Obviously, it doesn't quite work with the math out of 10, right? Because you can't flip it 3.33 times. But think of it this way. Out of 100, right? If you get 33 where you're correct, and each one of those pays $2, you make $66, right? And then the 66 that you get wrong, right, is your negative 66. You break even. Obviously, it's off by 1 because of fractions, right? It's 33%. So really, this is 33 repeating. This is 66 repeating. But you get the idea. So yes, I do have a minimum RR. 2 to 1 is generally what I'm aiming for. All right. Let's see what else is on this Twitter list here. Like 90% of the fucking suggestions were pop. All right. Someone asked me to chart Jesus coin. Let's go. Is this it? I'm going to just grab a few of these. Because these don't look the same. Which one is which one's the real Jesus? Jesus tokens. Jesus WETH on Uniswap. Is this? Is this it? Because if this is it, I'm pretty sure he's dead for good this time, and he will not be rising again. You get it? Do you get it? Because he died and then he came back. So if this is the Jesus token, I don't know. He had it on the line chart, but like it didn't look this shitty, the one that he posted. So I don't know if this is the wrong one. Let's try this one. Maybe it's this one. I mean, this one doesn't look as shitty. I don't know which Jesus token to do. This is Jesus 20. There's too many. I'm sorry, got Vinny, the problem, who asked me, you got to send me the exact thing I need to type in on TradingView so I can see it. Literally 90% of the comments were Pop or Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu. Communities are going. Mog. Okay, let's do Mog. MOG. Is this it? Let's see. Oh, we can't be on BitterX. Okay. I don't know. Is this the same one? I hope this is it. I don't know. What about Barbie Crash Bandicoot RFK 888 Inu Solana? There's no way that's real. There's no way. I don't believe you. Stank Bidart says, real coins, please. Bro, this is shitcoin summer. We look at shitcoins. That's the entire purpose of this stream. If you want my view on real coins, go watch my regular live streams, Markets with Maine. I don't know if this is the right MOG. Again, there's too many of them. But this very simple analysis here. There's your level. Right there. Do not want us to trade below that order block. If we hold this order block, it should go higher. If we lose this order block, I think we probably trade down into here, which you don't want. So want to see it hold this level. Link Marines. Your entire personality, Link, bro? You gave me so much shit. I literally posted the bottom long on Link. And nothing's changed. Link looks good. Nothing's changed, bro. You always come in my streams and ask about Link. I gave you the long here, and then my next idea was that we come and retest this and go up further. And look what's happening. It's going to pull back. It's going to tag my level, and then it's probably going to do a 2x. Your boy Maine is the biggest Link Marine in the world right now. How come you haven't heard of Barbie Crash Bandicoot RFK 888 Inu? I don't know. Maybe because I have sex with women. That's probably why. Curve looks bottom. This is one that's interesting to me because we had the big exploit, right? Listen, does it look bottomed? Kind of. The problem is I don't know enough about the exploit to know if there's like, more selling pressure that's going to come in. I do know some of the other protocols are trying to support Curve. But yeah, I mean, listen, does it look bottom? Well, how much lower can it go? Right? How much lower can it go? Like, it's basically it's returned to a level of support that it hasn't been at in, 3 years. So this would be interesting for curve here. So as you can see here, we've come down to that support level. And then on the weekly, right, we've returned all the way back to here. We ran that low, right? Here's that SFP. Here's that raid candle. Traded away. Now we're back. And if you look here, we just peaked below that low. We're trading below that low. So if we close as an SFP on the weekly, which is looking likely right now, but it's only Thursday, right? So we got 3 more days till Sunday. If that happens, I would be interested in seeing us get above here. But if this holds as the low, then this becomes a trade I'm very much interested in. Above here. Obviously, this is the weekly chart, right? So you got to zoom in and you say, okay, well, based on the 12-hour chart, what would I want to see? I would probably want to see this, right? Here's your breaker. I'd want to see this, right? So I'd want to see I'd want to see us close through here. And then I'd want to see us trade above here. And then that would be a long that I'd be interested in taking, something like that. Right? And that just gets us out of this muck here. Right? Because if we're able to get out here, then on this higher time frame setup that I just explained on the weekly, I'd be looking to compound above here, right? So I'd take this long to here, right? And I'd look to add on there. So first thing we want to see is the weekly closes in SFP. If it does, then I would look to take something like this. This guy says, come on, bro, spit out the gum. This is horrible to listen to at work. Is it my fault you're trying to listen to me at work, bro? Jesus Christ, relax. But I will spit out the gum because you're right. That is rude. I didn't even think of that. But ask nicely. Bro, why is everyone begging for fucking GRT? This guy's in Twitch and he's in fucking YouTube begging for me to look at GRT. I'm going to look at it and I'm going to tell you it looks shitty and you're going to be upset. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. There's coins that don't look like this that are out there to long. You know that, right? You don't have the long ones that look like fucking asshole. Okay, let's see here though. Being serious. GRT USD. We'll just add this here. Okay. I think what you would want to see I think what you would want to see, first of all, like we kind of have, like a nice reclaim here, right? So we traded below, back above, and we're holding. You could even just use a level for this. You don't need a whole box. Like, to me, there's your reclaim, right? So I like that because effectively the deviation here, you want to be done. So if you're a bull on GRT, you do not want to see price trade below here anymore for any significant period of time. You want this to be the range low. There's your deviation. Now we're reclaiming. Okay. That's what I would say for this high time frame. Now, in terms of an entry, the chart is still meh, but you have a low here, right? And then you have a high way up here. Okay. And you have your area of interest. So we're coming into, this 12-hour demand zone. So if I'm looking to long this coin, we've already technically got an H12 SFP there. So what I would do is I would wait for an H12 market structure shift. So I'd wait for one of these highs here to get close through. And then I would get long, or I would wait for a run of all these lows. So either a sweep here, and then I'm getting involved, or I would wait for a move above one of these highs and then get involved. But yeah, it's at an interesting area. Some definitely pay attention, right? We have that big reclaim of this zone. There's your demand. Draw that out. So basically what we're looking for here is this to be a higher low. You want this to be your higher low. This guy says, Main, when you trade futures, do you chart out spot or perp charts? I mean, right now I'm charting out a bunch of random shit, so I'm not really paying attention. But generally, I'm charting. I like to chart on the spot chart, but I also make sure I'm doing my analysis on the actual chart that I'm trading. So if I'm trading the Bitcoin perp on Bybit, I need to look at that chart. And why USD instead of USDT? I don't think that really makes a difference. But again, what are you actually trading? Why is the stop loss so low on Curve? Based on what do you think the trade is invalidated? The stop loss is below the SFP, right? So this is your weekly SFP. So that's where the idea is invalidated based on the weekly. If you want to enter on a lower time frame, if you want to get a tighter risk reward, so the most common thing people do wrong in trading, not the most common, but one of the most common, they say, okay, I'm longing here, and they want to long for this leg up. And they say, okay, well, this leg hasn't happened yet, right? So all that's happened is this. Okay, let's say that. This is what's happened so far. And the target is, let's say, here. Okay, so if you pull up and you say, okay, my trade idea is wrong below here, and my target is up here, great. That's a really good risk reward, right? But what people often do is they'll say, well, I want a tighter risk reward. So I'm going to bring my stop up to here. Now it's a 7R trade, but they're moving their stop arbitrarily. They're moving their stop to make the risk reward better. Your stop needs to go where the trade idea is wrong. And if your stop on this trade has to be here for whatever reason, right? Well, this risk reward's good. Maybe that's a shitty trade, right? Stop goes where the idea is wrong, okay? And you do not adjust your stop just to make the RR look better. If you want a tighter risk reward on Curve, for example, the way to do that is instead of entering on the 12-hour, which is using the weekly SFP as the risk, would be to then go down to the hourly and say, okay, I want to find a lower time frame setup based on the hourly where my risk reward will be better. That's how you improve your risk reward. It's not by randomly adjusting it, okay? It's by moving it. It's by going to the lower time frame and entering on a lower time frame chart. That is how you get a more favorable risk reward, not just randomly, arbitrarily moving it so the number looks better. All right, I'm going to look at this stupid fucking coin, and then this will be the last one. How do I even pull it up? Oh my God, it's real. I hate you guys so much. I hate you guys all so much. Is this what you're wanting me to chart? Is this the chart? Because if this is the chart, there's nothing I can fucking do. Michael, hey, Maine, I'm a lurker of your YouTube channel for a while. I just caught you live today. I want to thank you for the superb educational content. Keep it up, man. Cheers. Thank you, Michael. It's a very kind message. I appreciate that, bro. No says, fuck, Maine is bald. Can't trust him. I know, bro. I'm sorry. My bro, you think you could briefly cover compounding? Do you wait for pullbacks after TPing, or you just add risk on as the trade goes in favor, moving in validation to the next swing? So generally, there's a variety of different ways that you can compound. So if I enter a trade based on the H1 and I put 1% risk on and I enter here, and my stop is here. If this over here is an H12 high, and then we market structure break that high, I'll then look for another H1 setup to play. I'll add to my risk. So like if I was 1% here, I'll add another 1% here, and then I'll bring that stop that was here up to that new low. That's generally what I'm doing. And as long as the market is making new highs and higher lows, I can look to compound after the market structure breaks and then adjust my risk to those new stops. But keep in mind, you don't just want to just keep adding 1%, 1%, 1%, right? Like, there's a total amount of risk at some point that I want to have out in the market. Voldemort, Trump, Robotnik, 69 Pepe. I hate you guys so much. Appreciate you, Mr. Main. Thank you, Chronic ICT or Chronic TT. STMX. Never heard of this shit before. So the good news here is this, right? We have a big monthly SFP in the works. And we looks like, well, no, the monthly SFP is closed, excuse me. And it looks like we're getting did we get a retest here? No. So you have a weekly breaker here, right? So if it comes down to here, this is an area where I'd be interested in longing, right? If it comes down to here. But it might not, right? Like this might want to just go up from here. I don't know. But if it came down to this zone, I would look for longs based on the weekly. If you're like, hey, I need to long this shit now, I can't wait on the weekly. I don't know. I like, again, this wick is just nuts. I don't really know what to do with it. Like, this, I'm not going to make that your range high. So maybe you say this is your range high on the H12. This is your range low. Well, if that's the case, again, the order block lines up with that weekly breaker. So from the weekly to the monthly down to the 12-hour, the setup for me to get long is much lower, right? That's 30% lower than where we are now. So if you're trying to get long on this thing right now, it's going to be a low time frame trade. So maybe you're doing the H4, right? Maybe you're doing the H4 and you're saying, okay, we've got our range low, range high, and it's currently trying to break out on the H4. So if it puts in bullish structure here on the H4, then this becomes your range low. Then maybe we put in a new high. I don't know, maybe here. I don't know, somewhere. Then I would look for, a pullback into this H4 range. But in terms of like the higher time frames, the long is lower for me. So if you're trying to long this thing where it is now, it's got to be a lower time frame setup. All right, this is going to be the last question I answer here, guys. But this was a good stream, guys. A lot of educational content in this stream, as well as some shit coins. But we're coming up on an hour and a half, and I'm hungry. And I got to go to the gym still. So let's see here. Do you ever find it hard during a bull market to enter trades on your H12 system when everything is just going up, only with little pullbacks? At what point do you just sit and wait, letting spot grow, or do you bring your time frames down to H12? Yeah, good question. Listen, ideally, when the bull run is there and everything's going up only, I'm already well positioned in spot, right? Like I own a lot of Bitcoin from sub 20K and Ethereum from sub 1500, right? So if the bull run is starting now, that spot is comfy, right? But yes, absolutely. Perfect example is what I explained here. Like if the weekly entry or the 12-hour entry is all the way down here, that's 25% down. It doesn't mean we can't come down there, but if the pullbacks are shallow, right? Like if you're looking here, right, when everything's going crazy, but here's the thing, there was lots of H12 setups on the way up here, a ton, right? So there's a ton of H12 setups on the way up here. Keep that in mind. But if it's too vertical, right? Like looking at the weekly, for example, it looked like up only, barely any pullbacks, right? So how do you get in? Exactly as you suggested. You zoom in and you use a lower time frame. Absolutely, absolutely, right? So if the H12 is just this, well, guess what the H4 is, or the H1, right? How long have I been trading? I mean, technically since 2013, but I would say I didn't start trading well until 2016, 2017. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. That was a fun one. Lots of educational content in here. So definitely rewatch this one. We'll see if we got any other bangers in the works with some of these shitcoins we looked at. I'll be back with another stream, Markets with Maine, probably the day after tomorrow, and then another stream for Shitcoin Summer after that. So we're here all August. We're going to be crushing the content. I appreciate you guys' support. If you want to support me, again, the best way to do that, use the links in the description. Exchanges, all the people that sponsor me, that's the way to do it, right? I don't ask you for any money. That's the way to do it. Join my Telegram. It's free. Come join my Discord. It's free. All that information is on tradermain.com. Like my tweets, interact with them. Follow me on Instagram. I'm TraderMain there as well. I've been posting a lot. TikTok. Leave comments. Just interact with my shit. Share it. Watch the videos. Really help me out. We're almost at 40K on YouTube, which is exciting. I'd love to get to 100K one day so I can get that corny ass plaque. But yeah, love you guys so much. Appreciate you. Talk to y'all soon. Shout out to SmartX. Chat y'all later.